Brain research has come a long way in the last 20 years. For example, scientists have spent a great deal of time studying which areas of the brain are activated during times of rest versus times of arousal and fear. However, our approach to teaching and behavior intervention has yet to catch up. In order for us to effectively understand and help children who have had experiences with trauma, and all children for that matter, we need to understand three basic parts of the brain and how they function when regulated and dysregulated. The first main part of the brain is the neocortex. This is the outermost layer of the brain and is often described as the rational brain. This is the part of the brain that distinguishes us as humans between other animals. The neocortex gives us the ability to have foresight, hindsight, and insight, so we can think about the past, the future, as well as the present. In the neocortex, behaviors that we often associate with a good student are controlled here. That is where morals and ethics reside, along with decision-making judgments between right and wrong. This part of the brain is flexible, malleable, and has the capacity for infinite learning. The second main part of the brain is the limbic system. This is often thought of as the emotional center of the brain. This part of the brain regulates our mood, our memory, our attention, and hormones. The limbic system is concerned with self-preservation, fear, and the protective responses related to defenses such as fight or flight. The limbic system is concerned with the next 15 seconds in life. It doesn't have the ability to think about the past or the present, but only moment-to-moment survival. Similar to the limbic system, the reptilian part of the brain, or the third part of the brain, is also concerned with the next 15 seconds, but even more intensely. The reptilian brain, or the primitive brain, is responsible for controlling vital life functions like heart rate, the digestive system, breathing, and stress responses. The reptilian brain is very rigid and resistant to change. It is thought that mental health issues such as obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, and panic disorder have their roots in this part of the brain. So in typical development, individuals are thinking in a top-down manner. That means that the neocortex is in charge of regulating the emotions and responses. It helps keep our limbic system and our reptilian brain in check. We may feel impulses of anger and frustration from the limbic system, but when the neocortex is in charge, we make decisions such as talking to someone rationally or letting it go, instead of breaking out in a rage or thinking of ethics and morals. When a student is dysregulated, the top-down function fails, and that student goes into a bottom-up control. They're in survival mode, and the system becomes more powerful. That student is at the point of instinct, emotionality, and survival. He or she is not thinking about what's right and wrong, and what could be right or wrong has no bearing on that child's behavior. When he or she feels the impulsive desire or need, they will make it happen despite the consequences. Consequences don't register in the limbic system or the reptilian brain. When we understand this, we understand why reward systems and point charts and detentions don't work with children who chronically think in a bottom-up way. In fact, students who are responding in this bottom-up manner or controlled by the limbic or reptilian part of the brain may even be more inclined to rip up their stickers or point charts rather than care about earning points or stickers. Adults or typically developing people may have moments like this in their own lives, such as when you have made a commitment to eat healthy and lose weight, but then you get really stressed out and all you want is chocolate. And instead of thinking about that next weigh-in or measurement that you have coming up, you decide, you know what, I just really want this chocolate, and so I'm going to eat it. This is what I want. I'm going to make it happen now. And so we give into that limbic system or that emotional part of our brain instead of thinking about long term. And so we have moments like this, but students who have developmental trauma will have these moments chronically. Instead of thinking logically and letting that morals and decision-making part of the brain control their reactions, they're constantly responding with emotionality and survival. So how do we work with children who experience this in their life? The solution is in settling that child's system back down from heightened fear and stress to calm and balance. Fear-based techniques, logically based techniques, they don't register in the limbic system, and therefore they typically don't work with these types of students.